Before the written word existed, before the first library was built deeply buried within the echoes of time, there was a book. This was not a book of paper and ink, nor was it crafted by human hands. It was a sapphire stone, etched with the fire of the divine, a manual containing the secrets of the cosmos, the names of the angels, the language of the stars, and the very codes that weave reality together. Imagine for a moment that you held in your hands the source of all magic, the blueprint of creation itself. This is not a fairy tale. We are speaking of the Sefer Raziel HaMalakh, the book of the Archangel Raziel. Today we invite you, traveler, to step beyond the veil of the mundane world. We will trace the journey of this sacred object from the hands of the first man Adam to the wise King Solomon, and we will uncover the forbidden knowledge it holds. But be warned, knowledge is power, and power demands responsibility. Are you ready to gaze into the mirror of the universe? When we speak of the beginning, we must go back to the garden. The story of humanity does not begin with triumph, but with a fall. Adam, the first man, found himself cast out of Eden. The gates of paradise were sealed behind him, guarded by cherubim with flaming swords. For the first time, Adam felt the cold bite of the wind, the gnawing emptiness of hunger, and the terrifying silence of God. In the garden, everything was provided. Outside, there was only the wilderness and the looming shadow of mortality. Adam fell into a deep despair. It was not just the loss of comfort that broke him. It was the loss of connection. He could no longer hear the divine voice. He was blind to the spiritual workings of the world. He prayed for days, for weeks, his soul crying out not just for salvation, but for understanding. He asked the Creator, "Why have I been left in darkness? How can I survive in a world I do not understand?" It was in this moment of absolute vulnerability that the heavens responded. God did not send food or shelter. He sent knowledge, because the Creator knew that the only way for humanity to ascend back to its divine status was through wisdom. Down from the celestial realms descended the Archangel Raziel. His name means the secret of God. Raziel is the keeper of secrets, the angel who stands by the curtain that separates God from creation, hearing everything that is said in the divine throne room. He appeared to Adam not as a terrifying figure of judgment, but as a teacher bearing a gift. In his hands, he held the book. Legend says the book was carved from a single sapphire stone, glowing with a purple celestial light, filled with characters that no human eye had ever seen. Raziel handed this book to Adam and said, "This is the book from which all things are revealed. With this, you will understand the movement of the celestial spheres, the nature of life and death, and the power of the holy names." This pivotal moment changed the destiny of mankind forever. The Book of Raziel was not merely a religious text. It was what we would call today a master key to the universe. It contained the knowledge of astrology, explaining how the stars above influence the fate of men below. It contained the secrets of biology, the properties of plants and stones, and how to use them for healing. It held the knowledge of amulets and talisman symbols that could manipulate energy to protect or to change reality. But most importantly, it contained the 72 secret names of God. These were not names to be spoken lightly. They were vibrational keys. When Adam looked into the sapphire stone, he stopped seeing the world as a place of chaos. He began to see the matrix. He understood that everything is energy, everything is vibration, and that through the wisdom of the book, he could interact with these energies. He learned that he was not a victim of the wilderness, but a co-creator of his reality. If you are feeling the pull of this ancient mystery, if you believe that there is hidden knowledge waiting to be rediscovered, take a moment to subscribe to the channel and like this video. By doing so, you signal to the universe that you are ready to receive more of these lost truths. Join our community of seekers. However, this gift did not go unnoticed. In the hierarchy of the heavens, not all angels looked upon humanity with favor. When Raziel gave the book to Adam, a great envy stirred among the angelic host. The lower angels, the ministering spirits, looked at this creature made of clay and dust, and they could not understand why he should possess the secrets of the high heavens. They saw the power Adam now wielded. He could command the elements. He could foresee the future. He was becoming something more than human. Driven by jealousy, a group of angels conspired against Adam. In a moment of distraction, they stole the sapphire book from him and cast it into the deepest part of the ocean. Adam was once again left in despair. The light of wisdom had been snatched away, leaving him in a darkness deeper than before. But the universe has a way of correcting itself. The connection between the seeker and the truth cannot be permanently severed. God saw the theft and ordered the angel Rahab, the primal angel of the deep, to retrieve the book from the abyss and return it to Adam. This event is profound in its symbolism. It teaches us that true wisdom is often tested. It may be lost, it may be hidden, but if the intention is pure, it will always return. It also signifies that this knowledge belongs to humanity. It is our birthright. The angels may envy it, but they cannot keep it from us. Adam held the book for the rest of his days, but the journey of the Sefer Raziel did not end with him. It was just beginning. This book, which is the source of all Kabbalistic tradition, was passed down through the generations. It is said that Adam gave the book to his son Seth. Seth, who was the third son born after the tragedy of Cain and Abel, was a man of peace and contemplation. He studied the secrets of the sapphire stone and preserved them. From Seth, it passed to Enoch. Here the story takes a turn into the mystical. Enoch is one of the most mysterious figures in the Bible, a man who walked with God and was no more, for God took him. It is believed that Enoch unlocked the full potential of the Book of Raziel. Through its teachings, he purified his body and mind to such a degree that he transcended the physical form. He did not die. He ascended. He was transformed into the Archangel Metatron, the scribe of God. This suggests that the book is not just a manual for earthly survival, but a guide to ascension. It contains the instructions for the transmutation of the soul, the alchemy of the spirit. Generations later, the book found its way into the hands of Noah. The world had become corrupt, filled with violence and ignorance. A great cleansing was approaching, the deluge. God spoke to Noah and told him to build an ark. But how does a simple man build a vessel capable of withstanding the wrath of the entire ocean? The Zohar and other mystical texts explain that the instructions for the ark were not just vague commands. Noah used the Book of Raziel. The book taught him the sacred geometry necessary to construct the ark. It taught him the properties of the wood, how to seal it against the water, and how to organize the dimensions to hold the life that would be saved. It is even said that the book itself, the glowing sapphire stone, was hung in the center of the ark, providing light during the 40 days and 40 nights of darkness when the sun and moon were hidden by the storm. This is a powerful metaphor. When the world around you collapses into chaos, when the floods of emotion or disaster rise, wisdom is the light that sustains you. The knowledge within the book was the literal lifesaver of humanity. From Noah, the lineage of wisdom continued. It passed to Shem, then to Abraham, and eventually it reached the hands of the wisest man to ever live, King Solomon. The legends of Solomon are vast, but his connection to the Book of Raziel is central to his power. Solomon was known not only for his wisdom in judging human affairs, but for his mastery over the spiritual realm. It is written that Solomon possessed a ring engraved with the secret name of God, a knowledge derived directly from the teachings of Raziel. With this wisdom, he could command the winds, speak to the animals, and yes, control the demons. The Goiah, the famous magical text attributed to Solomon, is in many ways a derivative, a fragmented reflection of the higher knowledge found in the Sefer Raziel. Solomon used this knowledge to build the first temple in Jerusalem, a structure designed to be a mirror of heaven on earth. Every measurement, every material, every ritual performed in the temple was aligned with the cosmic codes revealed in the book. Solomon showed us that the purpose of this forbidden knowledge is not just personal power, but the creation of sacred space, the ability to bring the divine presence down to earth. But what is actually inside this book? What are the specific secrets that made Adam powerful, Enoch transcendent, Noah a survivor, and Solomon a master? To understand this, we must open the pages of the Sefer Raziel HaMalakh. The text is divided into 5 books or sections, each dealing with a different aspect of reality. The first book lays the foundation. It is the book of angelology and the zodiac. Here Raziel explains the structure of the heavens. It describes the 7 firmaments, the 7 heavens that reside above us. In our modern scientific view, we look at space and see vacuum and gas. But the book teaches that the universe is teeming with intelligence. Each star is not just a ball of fire, but the body of an angelic force. The book details the names of the angels that govern the days of the week, the hours of the day, and the seasons of the year. This is the principle of correspondence, as above, so below. The book teaches that by knowing the ruling angel of a specific hour, you can align your actions with the cosmic current. For example, there are times best suited for healing, times for planting, and times for building. To act against these currents is to swim upstream. To act with them is to harness the power of the universe. This section also dives deep into the zodiac, revealing that the 12 signs are not just personality descriptors, but 12 distinct filters through which divine energy flows into our world. By understanding these filters, one can understand the root causes of events and the nature of human destiny. The second book, within the Sefer Raziel, deals with the natural world, but in a way that modern science has forgotten. It is the book of the elements. It explains how the 4 primordial elements, fire, air, water, and earth, combine to form everything we see. But it goes further. It teaches the spiritual properties of stones, herbs, and incense. This is the foundation of alchemy and magical healing. The book explains that every plant on earth has a corresponding star in the heavens that empowers it. To heal a sickness, one must not only treat the body, but align the patient with the celestial energies that are lacking. It provides recipes for incenses that, when burned, attract specific angelic forces. This is based on the law of vibration. The scent of the incense carries a specific frequency that resonates with higher dimensions, acting as a bridge between the operator and the angel. We are just scratching the surface of this sapphire stone. As we delve deeper into the remaining sections of the book, we will encounter the most guarded secrets of all: the explicit use of the names of God, the construction of protective amulets, and the prophetic vision of the future. The knowledge of the Sefer Raziel is vast, and it challenges everything we think we know about our place in the cosmos. It tells us that we are not observers, we are participants. We have been given the tools, the codes, and the keys. The question remains, do we have the wisdom to use them? We have explored the origins and the first layers of this ancient wisdom, but the most potent secrets lie ahead. The 72 names of God, the techniques of protection, and the ultimate purpose of this knowledge are yet to be revealed. This journey is long, and the path becomes steeper from here. We will pause here for a brief moment to let this knowledge settle in your spirit. We tread now on holy ground. Having understood the structure of the heavens and the elements of the earth, we arrive at the third and most profound section of the Sefer Raziel HaMalakh. This is the section that has been whispered about in secret societies for millennia. The section that caused the book to be hidden away from the uninitiated. We speak of the great names. In the mystical tradition of Kabbalah, which draws its lifeblood from this very book, words are not merely descriptions. They are containers of power. In the beginning, the Creator spoke, and the universe came into being. Let there be light. This suggests that the fabric of reality is woven from sound, from vibration. The Sefer Raziel reveals the 72 secret names of God known as the Shem HaMephorash. These are not names in the sense of a label like a name you would give to a person. They are formulas. They are vibrational frequencies. Imagine the universe as a complex computer code. The 72 names are the root access codes. Each name consists of 3 letters, and each combination controls a specific aspect of existence. One name may hold the frequency of healing, capable of knitting together broken cells. Another may hold the frequency of abundance, aligning the user with the flow of prosperity. Yet another may hold the power of protection, creating an energetic shield that no darkness can penetrate. The book teaches that by meditating on these letter sequences, by scanning them with the eyes and vibrating them with the voice, one can bypass the limitations of the physical world and edit the script of their reality. But the book offers a stern warning. This is not a toy. To use a name is to invoke a cosmic force. If the vessel, the person using the name, is not pure, if their intention is clouded by ego or malice, the energy can backfire. It is like channeling a high voltage of electricity through a thin wire. If the wire is not strong enough, it will burn. This is why the study of Raziel was traditionally reserved for those who had reached the age of 40 and had mastered the Torah. It was a safeguard to ensure that the seeker had the maturity to handle the voltage. Today we understand this through the law of resonance. You cannot attract what you are not. To use the names effectively, one must elevate their own internal vibration to match the divinity of the code. Moving deeper into the 4th section of the book, we encounter the practical application of these codes through the art of amulets and talismans. In the West, we often think of an amulet as a simple good luck charm, perhaps a rabbit's foot or a horseshoe. But the Sefer Raziel describes something far more intricate. It teaches the science of capturing energy in matter. An amulet in this tradition is a battery. The book gives precise instructions on how to create these spiritual batteries. It details the specific times when they must be written, aligning with the astrological influences we discussed earlier. It specifies the materials, usually virgin parchment, or specific metals like silver or gold, which act as conductors for spiritual electricity. On these materials, the initiate is instructed to inscribe specific angelic seals and the names of God arranged in geometric patterns. These are not random doodles. They are circuit boards. Just as a circuit board directs the flow of electricity to produce a function on a computer, these sacred geometries direct the flow of divine light to produce a result in the physical world. A properly constructed amulet based on the teachings of Raziel acts as a continuous prayer, a broadcasting station that emits a specific intention 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Whether it is for protection against the evil eye, for finding favor in the eyes of kings, or for safe childbirth, the amulet works by constantly restructuring the energy field around the person wearing it. It is here that we begin to see the immense responsibility that Adam and the wise kings faced. They realized that the world we see is merely a shadow of the world of energy. By manipulating the symbols and names, they were shifting the furniture of the invisible world, which would eventually manifest as changes in the visible world. This brings us to a controversial aspect of the book: the interaction with entities. The Sefer Raziel contains invocations to call upon the angels for assistance, but it is crucial to understand the distinction made in these ancient texts. This is not about worshiping angels. It is about command and hierarchy. The human being made in the image of the Creator holds a unique position. When fully realized, when standing in their true power, the human has the authority to command the angelic forces to perform their duties. The book provides the scripts for these interactions, teaching the seeker how to stand in the center of the circle, not as a beggar, but as a sovereign master of their own domain. Before we unveil the final mysteries of the book, the secrets of the future, and the ultimate question of destiny, I ask you to pause and reflect. If you had access to a single formula from this book, one that could change anything in your life, what would it be? Would you choose to heal a past wound? Would you choose to unveil the future? Or would you ask for the power to help others? Share your answer in the comments below. Your engagement helps build this archive of wisdom. And if you have not yet subscribed, do so now. The final chapter of our journey is about to begin, and it concerns the most terrifying and beautiful aspect of all time itself. We have traversed the realms of angels, the elements, the holy names, and the construction of power. Now we arrive at the fifth and final section of the Sefer Raziel HaMalakh, the Book of the Future. This is perhaps the most enigmatic part of the text, for it deals with the flow of time and the destiny of the soul. The book asserts that time is not a straight line as we perceive it, but a vast tapestry where past, present, and future coexist. It teaches that every soul before coming down to this earth is shown its journey. We forget this map at the moment of birth, a phenomenon known as the forgetfulness of the soul. But the Sefer Raziel offers a way to remember. Through the study of the stars, the interpretation of dreams, and the understanding of omens. The book provides a method to read the currents of time. It does not give a fixed, unchangeable future, for that would violate the law of free will. Instead, it shows probabilities. It shows the seeds that have been planted. If you plant a seed of apple, you will get an apple tree unless you intervene. The Book of Raziel is the manual for that intervention. It teaches that by understanding the cycle of the soul and the karma one carries, we can foresee the challenges that lie ahead. But more importantly, it teaches that prophecy is not about predicting the inevitable, it is about changing it. The greatest prophecy is the one that does not come true, because the person heard the warning and changed their path. This brings us to the ultimate purpose of Raziel's gift. Why was this forbidden knowledge given to humanity? Why risk the envy of the angels and the corruption of power? The answer lies in the very name of the book, Raziel, Secret of God. The secret is that there is no separation. The tools in the book, the names, the amulets, the astrology serve only one purpose: to remind us of our divine origin. We are not separate from the Creator. We are sparks of the infinite experiencing the finite. The book was given to Adam not just to survive the wilderness, but to turn the wilderness back into a garden. It is a tool for tikkun olam, the repair of the world. Now, we must address the question that haunts every seeker. Where is the book today? Is it buried in a hidden chamber under the sands of the Middle East? Is it locked away in the secret archives of the Vatican? Or does it exist only on the ethereal plane, accessible only to those who know how to travel in spirit? The truth is likely a combination of all three. Fragments of the text have surfaced throughout history, influencing the great grimoires of the Middle Ages and the Renaissance. But the true Sefer Raziel, the sapphire stone that glows with the light of God, is not an object you can find on a shelf. The sapphire stone is a metaphor for the purified mind. The book is not outside of you. It is you. You are the vessel that contains the 72 names. Your DNA is the alphabet of creation. Your heart is the generator of the frequency. The angels are not just beings in the sky, they are faculties of your own higher consciousness. Raziel is waiting not in a library, but in the silence of your own soul. When you quiet the noise of the world, when you tune out the distractions, and tune in to the frequency of the divine, you begin to read the pages of your own book. So we return to the question we posed at the start. If you held the sapphire stone, what would you ask? Would you ask for healing? The book teaches that healing comes from restoring balance, from aligning the elements within you. Would you ask for wisdom? The book teaches that wisdom is remembering what you already know. Would you ask for your purpose? The book teaches that your purpose is to be a co-creator, to use your thoughts, words, and actions to bring more light into this world. The magic of the Sefer Raziel is not in the chanting of strange words or the burning of exotic incenses. It is in the realization that you are the magician. You are the Adam and the Eve cast out into the world of duality with the power to find your way back to unity. The codes are within you. The power is in your hands. The only thing missing is your recognition of it. As we close the cover of this ancient mystery, remember that every time you seek knowledge, every time you choose love over fear, every time you create something beautiful, you are reading from the book of Raziel. You are fulfilling the legacy of the first human. Do not let this knowledge remain intellectual. Make it practical. Look at your life today. What is one thing you can change? What is one intention you can set? Use the power of your word. Create your reality. If this journey into the forbidden and the sacred has resonated with your spirit, share this video with a fellow traveler. Leave a comment below with the word sapphire to let us know you made it to the end of this journey. Subscribe to the Enchanted archive, for we have many more seals to break and many more mysteries to unveil. Until we meet again in the light of wisdom, keep seeking, keep questioning, and remember the archive is open to those who dare to look.